I told you, this thing is bigger than Nino Brown, and I got a list of proof.
Order.
If I'm going down,
Order in
I'm
the
taking a
court.
whole lot of
I
people
said
with me.
order in the court.
Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am.
To this day.
Nino Brown Boxing, and I'm back in the building. Shout out to the LDBC. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. So, guys, we know it's a lot of talks about the whole Manny Pacquiao Keith Thurman fight. We know about the PEDs involved in this fight, the lack thereof, a performance-enhancing drug testing, no VADA, no USADA. You know, the Nevada State Athletic Commission, people coming out basically saying that they will not confirm or deny who's being tested or who's not being tested. Now, at the same time, you know, we had Keith Thurman in the past when he was spoken on this whole Manny Pacquiao fight, and Keith Thurman has said he doesn't care what Manny Pacquiao takes. It's not going to matter. So, and Keith Thurman, I just read a quick headline on Boxing Scene. Keith Thurman was, you know, talking trash like he normally does, and that's cool. He's building up a fight, saying that Freddie Roach is going to lose a lot of money on this fight, and it will be no excuses. Now, with all of that said, I mean, it's a great build-up to the fight. It's a lot of controversy. I mean, this could be simply, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. They're all on the same page, and this is no different from any other bout, and they're simply using the past controversy with Keith Thurman and Floyd Mayweather, the lack of, Manny Pacquiao not wanting drug testing. They could simply be using that as a strategy to sell the fight. Maybe not. Me, honestly, I don't know. But at the end of the day, when it comes to this fight, I can tell it's definitely going to be entertaining. My issue isn't the fight. My issue isn't the drug testing. I mean, Keith Thurman's coming off an injury. He can also reap the benefit from PEDs. We know Keith Thurman, he's gotten tired in the fights before. You know, Keith Thurman likes to get on his bicycle when he gets hurt. He slows down later on in the fight. He's not one-time Thurman anymore. So, just like Manny Pacquiao can benefit from it, Keith Thurman can as well. My only issue is what's going to happen after this fight. And let's just say if Pacquiao wins, you know, we're already hearing talks about Manny Pacquiao possibly facing Amir Khan. That's the part that's going to piss me off. Are any of these guys going to fight any of the top guys at welterweight, that being Sean Porter, Errol Spence winner, which I feel is going to be Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford? Like, I would love for that WBA title to have a chance to be unified with Errol Spence prior to the Terrence Crawford fight. I feel like that'd just be a beautiful thing. Terrence Crawford being undisputed champ at 140, unified at 135. And his fight with Errol Spence, to me, it would be history making if these two brothers could fight for undisputed. Now, Keith Thurman, if he wins this fight, I feel he's not going to go that route. Keith Thurman is going to say, especially if Keith Thurman knocks out Manny Pacquiao in dramatic fashion, if he does something that Floyd Mayweather couldn't do, if he just beats Manny Pacquiao's ass pillar to post and then stops him mid to late rounds, Keith Thurman head will become so big. It's going to be ridiculous, man. He's going to immediately tell Errol Spence how he's the A-side. He's going to make all of these crazy demands. Now, we got to remember, yes, he's facing Manny Pacquiao, but he's facing a 40-year-old Manny Pacquiao. And this isn't a unification bout. This is it's a consolidation of the WBA Super and the WBA Regular. And it seems like Keith Thurman is not taking that into consideration. Like, this is not a step up from the position that you were in when you had the WBC and the WBA. This is still a step down. It's just a consolidation matchup. That's all it is. Now, I understand this fight is, to my understanding, this fight will be pay-per-view. I wouldn't expect anything different. And it's just what's going to happen after. Now, the PBC Showtime, like, I don't know how they're going to approach this. I know if Manny Pacquiao wins this fight, I expect him to be extremely close to retirement. Manny Pacquiao facing top guys after this fight, to me, I feel like it's not even an opportunity for this to happen. But I'm okay with that because if Manny Pacquiao retires, it's an opportunity for that belt to go to someone that's willing. Now, this is the issue. Who at 147 will step up in a position to get the WBA title if Manny Pacquiao wins and retires? And then who will be willing to get that title and then face the best competition at 147? That's the only thing I don't know the answer to. I mean, if Keith Thurman gets stopped, he's not coming back for that WBA belt anytime soon. I believe that to be a fact. At that point, unless it's just a situation similar to like Anthony Joshua and Vladimir Klitschko, if the WBA puts their belt on the line with the unification with Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence, that would be a great idea. I would love to see that as well. But it's just like the WBA belt is the confusing piece of the puzzle because whoever ends up holding this belt at the end of this Manny Pacquiao Thurman fight, their actions are going to be very unpredictable. Manny Pacquiao, on the other hand, he's an older guy, so it's to be expected. Him taking this Keith Thurman fight is a surprise already. But Keith Thurman is that guy that walks around talking about, if you can, I got to owe him now, afraid to let it go. If you can beat me, beat me. He's talking all of that good shit. But when it's time to get in the ring and when it's time to face a tough competition, when Errol Spence's name is mentioned, Keith Thurman has nothing to say except for stumbling over his words and backpedaling against any narrative that pushes him closer to facing Errol Spence Jr. So Nino Brown Boxing, my stance on this is very simple. I want Manny Pacquiao to whoop Keith Thurman's ass. I don't care about anything else. I just want him to whoop his ass. For the simple fact that Manny Pacquiao is going to go one of three routes. He's going to duck and retire soon, or he's going to retire immediately and relinquish the belt, or he's going to face tough competition. Either way it goes, it's Manny Pacquiao facing them or Manny Pacquiao retiring soon. We all know Manny Pacquiao is not going to stick around for a long period of time. Now, all I want at this point in time, like, who is this up-and-coming talent? Who's going to make noise at 147 that currently does not have a belt that can put themselves in a position for the WBA to face these guys? Now, that's the only thing that I'm wondering about, and it's people talk about how deep the WBA is. To me, it's not that deep. Errol Spence defeats Sean Porter. I feel like Sean Porter has to, work his way back up. He may jump in the WBA ranks. That's a possibility. Bud, he already has a belt. He's not going to be in anyone's ranking. We all know Spence. Maybe Danny Garcia, but Danny Garcia already lost to Thurman. I don't think Danny Garcia can beat Manny Pacquiao. So it sucks, man. I'm starting to really see, outside of this Manny Pacquiao Thurman matchup, the Spence and Porter matchup that's happening, those two fights are happening this year. After that, between Keith Thurman ducking and Terrence Crawford being on ESPN, what other big fights can the welterweight division make? Like, what big unification bout? Like, what important fight? Yeah, we can make a blockbuster fight and have Mikey Garcia facing Manny Pacquiao, some shit like that. But I'm talking about the type of fight that impacts the division, the type of fight that impacts history, the type of fight that lets you know who's the best guy. And I feel like the welterweight division needs more up-and-coming talent. And if it's out there, y'all young guys need to make y'all name known. If it's going to be Regis moving up to 147, hey, man, I can't wait for that because that's definitely a good look for the division. But we'll see what happens, guys. But once again, I want Keith Thurman to lose to Manny Pacquiao. I don't care what anyone says about it. I've been done with Keith Thurman. I've made plenty of videos in the past about Keith Thurman. Like, my issue with Keith Thurman is simple. He's a ducker. He's a liar. He strategically gets in front of the camera, says what he thinks people want to hear, and obviously he's going to say what puts himself in the best light, but he contradicts himself so much. And for me, that's one of my biggest, if not the biggest pet peeve that I have. You can't trust Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman doesn't care about the fans. Keith Thurman doesn't care about anyone but himself. And it's like, I can't even say that's the case, because Keith Thurman set the standard that he wants to be the best, and he doesn't even care about that anymore. So I don't even know where Keith Thurman stands when it comes to boxing anyway. If he's on his way out, if he's just looking for a check to retire, hey man, get this Manny Pacquiao money and dismiss yourself. Relinquish the belt, retire, go live your life out with your family. But at this point in time, like, we're not even getting the best version of Keith Thurman that we've seen. So all of the defending for Keith Thurman makes no sense to me. I'm a boxing fan. I'm not a fan of Keith Thurman. Yeah, I have my favorite fighters, but my favorite fighters face tough competition, and they'll take an L. If you can beat me, beat me. Jerry Hurd, that's my guy. He took an L. If you can beat me, beat me. That's what happened. It is what it is. Keith Thurman, on the other hand, he disappears for years at a time, and then comes back and almost gets stopped. But we'll see how everything play out, guys. There'll be plenty more videos, plenty more topics. I'm sure new shit gonna get introduced when it comes to this Manny Pacquiao Keith Thurman fight. This Nino Brown Boxing. Shout out to the LDBC, and I'm out.